I'm your ice cream man, baby. Stop me when I'm passing by. I'm your ice
We
cream
should
man,
just
baby.
start laughing. I think I do all the time.
That's just going to be inherently the part of the
I
episode.
think that's right.
We're back. Here we are.
We're back.
Round 2 of this day, anyway.
Yeah.
You can always tell by our outfits what.
Come on, maybe this is just nice enough that I wear it days in a row. Are you one of those people who gets new clothes and then wears them every day for like 3 weeks?
No, I'm a freak. I get new clothes that I really appreciate, and I never wear them because they're too special.
Really?
I gotta change that. Like, I never wear my favorite clothes because I just treasure them so much.
Yeah.
I need to chase magic every day.
Oh.
I can't just. I didn't mean to set us up for any.
Spoken like an artist. Did you just segue us?
I
Damn
segued
you.
us. Anyway,
Damn
I'm gonna start wearing my favorite clothes
Hey,
and
look
not
at our
save
knees.
them.
Look
not
how
save
cute
them
our
for tomorrow.
knees are. Sorry,
Well,
I'm
we
totally...
should put smiley faces on them. Who has it? I think it was Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers that has
how
a smiley
cute that
face
is.
tattooed.
Okay, they can't see our
That's-
knees. Let's see if it...
Oh, sorry, middle age and lower ab problems, not easy. But here on this recording, we're a multi-camera show, everybody.
That's right.
Multiple cameras.
This
We're
is
like
our-
Seinfeld.
Our YouTube camera.
But
our
this
Instagram
is our
camera.
knee camera. Yes, it's the knee cam.
Our knee cam.
Pretty soon we'll have. Don't they have at the red carpets at the Oscars? They have the shoe cam.
Oh.
So they have a camera right on the floor, and you walk by, and who are you wearing? Oh, Jimmy Choo or whoever. Jimmy, can you sponsor the show? Okay, let's go.
Okay. Oh my God, you're adorable.
Jimmy, the shoe cam.
Have I told you how much I enjoy you?
I love being enjoyed by a beautiful woman. Have I told you how much I love being enjoyed by a cerebral, beautiful woman?
And I smell good too, you've
You
said.
smell, and you're squeaky clean.
I am squeaky clean
Yeah.
today. What did I say? I said what did I say?
Damp.
I was damp this morning.
And that's where we're going to leave it right there. That's perfect. The shoe cam. Jimmy Choo, if you don't want to sponsor us now after the damp comment, you're missing it, man.
Damp
your
shoes.
marketing,
Damp shoes.
department. Strategic Alliances. Where were we?
That could be a band name.
Strategic Alliances?
Or a song name. Damp Shoes.
Oh, Damp Shoes. Yeah, but like a 90s emo.
Oh yeah, that would
Like
be
a
so...
Fall Out Boy.
That's so 90s.
Damp Shoes, yes.
Oh my
So here
God.
we are. Yeah, the knee cam is really... Now I can't unsee it. All I see is knees. But here we are.
Here we are. So we were going to open and we just went off on a tear, but I can't be here next week.
Pray tell why.
Because I'm in an awesome workshop with David Diamond, Theater for Living, and the work is based in, I can't remember the name of the person, so forgive me, I'll put it in the show notes, but I believe it originates from Brazil, am I right? Again, I'll put it in the show notes, but it comes out of Theater of the Oppressed. So it's when...
I'm sorry, is this a Jewish workshop? And for the viewers, I'm a Jew, so please bear with me. I don't need any notes.
It's not a Jewish workshop. I think it's a global workshop.
Theater of the
It is
Oppressed.
Theater of the Oppressed, so just hang in.
Okay,
He's
okay.
laughing at Theater of the... He's so insensitive.
I'm so Jewish. This is a workshop about my history, the history of my people.
You are finding the humor in
Oh
pain.
my God.
So Theater of the Oppressed is when... so here's... And this is what I'm going to be doing in the workshop, is you go into a situation of really whatever the oppressive situation is.
But it has to be oppressive.
Yeah, that's the point. Hang in.
Sorry.
Okay. Stay with me.
I'm
Stay
with
with
you.
me, happy man.
I'm
Okay.
so with you.
So you walk into this This is now funny. You're right. You walk into this oppressive situation.
No, who would specifically put themselves in an oppressive situation?
I would.
You gotta be local.
Art is pain and it's joy. Okay, hang
I'm
in
sorry.
with me.
This is so your floor.
This is also where we are so bookends of the opposite side of the bookcase, because I love this shit. Okay, because it's about liberating that oppressive story. So you walk into an oppressive situation that's maybe it's happened in a community, what have you, and it's stopped the community because it's whatever the pain is, right? So you go in and you create a story out of this situation. And you put actors in this story to live out the situation. Hang in with me, mister. Okay? You invite the audience to watch the situation that they already know, but they now get to stop the story and step in and change the outcome. They now get to step in different places where maybe they have felt oppressed and reclaim their power.
So I'm laughing
Oh my
even
God!
more.
Can
No.
you Are you watching him?
This is so significant, but if I was doing this and I'd be
Yes.
wearing really great pointy-toed Italian shoes,
Yes.
I'd stop the story and come in and turn it into the theater of the well-dressed from the theater of the oppressed. Be like, stop, I'm in.
Theater of the well-dressed.
And that would be, to me, a much more glam situation than
I
theater.
think that's called the Renaissance.
Okay. And now back to you. So they stop the story. Yes.
And they get to claim their power back. And so, of course, as you know, the work that I do in story, often the work that I do, aside from the joyful, fun, playful bits, are usually really hard things. And I'm trying to move through these challenging conversations to get to hope. So it's not about, like, for me, I have a whole thing about, pain bypassing. It's like we don't have to live in the pain, but we need to, there's beauty in pain, and as long as we walk through it and get to hope and find that liberation piece or release piece or wisdom piece. So that's what I'm doing next week. I'm doing a week of theater of the oppressed, or turn it around to what David Diamond's called it, which I love, theater for living, which is what it's actually about.
Do you think you're going to come back drained or come back blissful or blissfully drained?
Blissful. Yeah.
I'd be blissful if it was the theater of the well-dressed.
You would.
I'd be like, oh, it's Vancouver Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Everybody's just really well-dressed.
Have you been to Vancouver Fashion Week?
Have.
I was going to say I should take you sometime, but
You
you've already
should.
been.
I have, and you should.
Okay.
That's a yes to both.
All right, well, we'll
Please.
go.
Yes.
Maybe we can do a show from Vancouver Fashion
Oh,
Week.
that'd be fantastic.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Wait a minute. All those designers and yeah. Wait, I really want to talk to people who design such outlandish things that nobody will wear them, just for the shock value and the creativity or the demonstration of how creative they can be, even though it's impractical. And I want to talk to those folks sort of in an Andy Warhol way, the soup can way of, are you just making art because you're an attention whore and you want to see how, because this is not very inclusive of the people en masse. So what are you doing? Are you just poking the bear just to show that you can poke the bear? Or are you doing something productive for the field or for your discipline? So I want to get those people's perspective. I have my own opinions, obviously.
Yeah.
And in music this happens frequently. There are people like Bowie who poke the bear and go exceed boundaries, but they're inclusive and they bring society along to a new place. And then there are people that you just ask why. Like, why? What are you thinking? You're not, it's not musical and it's not inclusive and it's not, so you're basically just...
It's a wank.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I hate that shit.
You know how St. Vincent would sing that? Wank. Which would truly be the best manifestation of it.
Because she's got teeth. I have a thing about teeth. As in, like... I just set myself up. But I got a thing about teeth. Like writers have to have teeth.
Lady Gaga has a song called Teeth about that very concept.
Does she?
Yes. Show me your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Like, show me your metal. Show me what you're made of. Show me the substance.
Bite me with something.
Yes.
Like it's got to be
but
there.
Leave a mark. Don't be middle of the road. Leave a mark. Make an impact.
That's grit.
Yeah, grit. Teeth.
Okay, so I want to come back to art, oppression, and the word that's in my head, which is liberation.
Have a great time, by the way, next week.
Thank you.
Yes, okay. And what do you want to discuss?
So I want to go back to the soup can. So, like, the joke in our house is just pay me. Like, that was Andy. We watched the Andy Warhol, the whole Netflix documentary series, right? And we're like, oh my God, like with the Love Boat episode where you find out Andy Warhol was on the fucking Love Boat and he shows up on the Love Boat, and a little round, not square, little round thing with his little Andy Warhol face. We're like, oh my God, what he did and what I so admire about his work, whether you like it or don't like the work itself, was that he was like, just pay me to be an artist. I will do anything. I'll be on the fucking Love Boat if you will pay me. Which, on one hand can be like, are you kidding me? What a sellout. And on the other hand, you can go, you know what? He had so little ego that he was like, fuck, sure, I'll do that. Why not? You want to pay me? I'll do that. That's not the kind of art that kind of gets me up in the morning at all. But to be liberated from the preciousness, I think is a worthy exploration.
And two things.
Okay.
One, maybe he was a genius strategist, and knowing how pop relevant The Love Boat was and how many eyes were on that show, he said, hey, through this show, maybe people can discover more of what I do, which is super smart. And the other thing is this notion of being precious. If you talk to artists that are starting out, and I talk to songwriters, they fight for every verse and every bridge and every song, and they hold on. And then when the song has the capacity to be licensed for a TV show, they fight for the budget, and they fight and they fight. That's because they're precious about every single part of it. That's because they have so little of that commodity in their repertoire.
Yeah.
But as your catalog expands, at least this has been my experience, and as your vocabulary broadens and you have more intellectual property in your portfolio, you become far less precious about every individual thing. And while they're all your children, you're just happy and proud that they go into the world and discover their own lives and their own path. So I think the notion of, this is a whole different episode, but this notion of not being precious, what causes preciousness in us, and how do we free ourselves from those chains?
And the cost of preciousness, it costs us art. It costs us freedom. It costs us like words tumbling out of our mouth because we're holding onto them so tightly. Okay, I want to go back to Warhol just for a sec.
Yes.
Because I think, here's my take on Warhol, is his just pay me thing, his lack of preciousness was actually what all of his art was about. That thing that you called strategy, I'm like, yeah, it's strategy, but it's also art. His whole thing was about pop culture. It was all, so he uses his willingness to go, fuck it, I'm doing it, yeah, fucking pay me, which is an expression of his art.
But his medium is the sellout.
Yes, that's exactly it. His medium is the sellout. That is the statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the installation.
Yeah. All of it, whether it's the Love Boat or the soup can.
Yeah. And who wouldn't say that? Would the Backstreet Boys not say that? Would the New Kids on the Block not say that?
No.
Would Michael Jackson not say that? The medium is is access to the greatest pop net possible. We're gonna capture, our net is gonna be so vast and so widely spread, and that's the point of what we do.
I think that Warhol, though, was exposing the underbelly of pop and living in that underbelly. So I wouldn't put him next to the Backstreet Boys, who I don't think are in on the joke. I don't think the Backstreet Boys are. I think the producers in on the joke.
In on the joke, the Max Martins.
Totally.
Yes, exactly.
But I don't think that Andy Warhol is. He's like, sorry, Andy Warhol's in on the joke saying, yeah, but I'm actually exposing the idiocy of all this. That's my statement.
Because he grew up a neurotic, insecure, introverted, who just wanted to be the cool kids, but could never be with the cool kids.
Yeah.
So the best way to exploit the cool kids is to show the idiocy of what it means to be a cool kid.
Yeah. And then become cool and win.
Cooler than all the cool kids.
Yeah.
We'll see you at Studio 54.
Ooh,
cool kids.
I'll put my heels on, my big chunky block heels on.
And I will have the seatless leather chaps. And I'll be there.
Oh yeah, you will.
You know who my favorite Village person was?
Who?
With a biker with the...
Oh, yeah.
The handlebar mustache.
I thought you were talking Greenwich Village, not Village people.
Well, it's because I said Village person. But yes, my member of the Village people was the biker. He had the leather hat slung low, he had a handlebar mustache, leather chaps, leather vest. Listen, I'm a straight man, but growing up as a straight boy, I looked at that guy and I'm like, that's who I want to emulate. That's the guy. I want to be that guy in the Village people. And I was so hoping that he was one of the better singers, but I could never point him out and separate him from the other Village people. But I was rooting for him. I also wanted him to just not be fluff. I also wanted him to be substance, but I never got to the answer of that concern as a 10-year-old. So, Leather Guy, if you're out there and you're still alive,
let us know.
Can you please sing for us? Let us know that you were of substance. Leather Guy. Sorry, I'm sure.
Leather Guy.
I'm sure that's what it says on your passport too.
Not the same as Leather Man.
Not Leather Man.
That'd be scary.
Leather Guy. Leather in the Village.
Oh my gosh.
I'm changing my Instagram handle to Leather in the Village.
Leather in the Village.
And people are going to know what's up.
Ooh.
And if you want to know about me, that's what's up. Leather in the Village.
Leather in the Village. How you doing today?
Leather
in the Village.
Any questions? I don't think so.
I love it. Okay, so let's
yeah.
relate this back to life. I think where I go with this, to me, this is about. I always trust whatever was said before. So I'm like, how's this theater of the oppressed thing feeding in here? To me, I just go back to liberation. I go back to, so in our life, like where are the places that we're stuck, that we're precious, where we're not giving ourselves permission to say or be the thing that whether it makes sense or not to the world, it behooves us not to do that, but we've been damming it up. I go there.
Warhol's probably a graduate of the theater of the oppressed. That was his early
Ooh.
life. He lived it, and the results reflect his demolition of that construct.
Wow.
So it all ties in.
I went to grad once with a pal. I was his date, and he went as Andy Warhol.
Oh.
I will bring the pic. In fact, I will post it in the notes. I have the grad picture of him in the white wig.
It was a costume grad?
No, that's just who he was. Oh. I'm attracted to like really weird people.
Right.
Come on.
Hi, good to meet you.
Come on, nice. Yeah, hello, Mr. Village Leather Man.
Leather in the Village.
No, Village Leather Ass Man.
Okay, it's a little long for an IG handle. But
I'm a dork.
So, so it wasn't a costume grad, but he dressed up like Andy.
And I was the pretty girl. I was the pretty brunette, perky brunette beside Andy Warhol.
You were part of the factory.
I was his arm candy.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Oh my God. Anyway, whatever. Back to life. Liberation.
Liberation.
We're good.
Over and out. Till next time.
Till next time.
Stop me when I'm passing by. I'm your ice cream man, baby. Stop me when I'm passing by.